that you did say what we thought you did, or not. Anyway, so we're live now. So I guess I'll start by sharing my screen, and we can just go over the agenda and start in on it, huh? Okay. So, Bella, this is a typical, our usual agenda. We varied a little bit. We just go over where we were on the prior sprint, which ended last Friday. It was sprint 24. If you're paying a lot of attention, you would have thought that we wanted to said sprint 23, but we ratcheted it up by 1. So you get points if you notice that. Anyway, just kidding. So we'll talk.
You're not.
I wouldn't expect you to. So we'll talk a little bit about what we did, but we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, Bella, because we did not do anything that really is visible to the users. So we don't have anything to demo to you today. But we did do work, rest assured. So demos won't happen today. And then we'll talk a little bit about what we're working on for the current sprint, which is sprint 25. But the bulk of the time we want to spend time on are the questions, which are noted here. And these are just repeats of the questions in the email that I sent you last week, Bella, to give you plenty of time. So with that, let's go over where we've been. So the prior sprint, you can see the green items here are all things that we completed. Most of them would be kind of boring to you, I would think. But a couple things you should be aware. One is social media links. So we adjusted social media links on the site. You know, at the bottom of the page, there's some media links there. So we fixed some of those. I think we've still got a couple of things to fix there, but we're making progress there. Another one is we added a so-called favicon to the site. That's a little image that appears in the URL or in the yeah, the web address window up here.
You browse tab.
If I could, this is going to be really hard to see, but if you see that little image there, it looks like a Swedish flag. Probably can't see it, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's very tiny. We may actually have to increase that at some point, but at least we have something up there. So that's what a favicon is. Let's see, we had a problem with sorting on membership applications by last name. We fixed that just to give you a flavor of the types of things we've been working on. Fixing things, little small enhancements, nothing really major. In the current iteration of the current sprint, we're working on a number of things. We are, let's see if I can find something here that might be of interest to you.
The emails for getting those working, and in fact, Susanna and I worked this morning, mostly Susanna, on getting the text in there so that we can start getting emails. That should come soon now. Okay,
great. Yeah, so that's a major one that we've been working on, as you know, Bella, and I think we've got, as Ashley said, the ability to move forward with that now. See, anything else here, Ashley or Susanna, you want to point out? Anyway, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff queued up. We're not necessarily going to finish all of these in the current sprint, but at least we're ambitious. Can't be faulted for being lazy, I guess. So that's kind of the demo or overview of where we were and kind of what we're working on right now. Any questions on any of that, Bella?
No.
Okay, great. So let's get right into questions for SHF organization. The first one is the status of the wording requests, which we've talked about before. One is the email templates and the user landing page. The user landing page, Susanna has already created basically the changes that we need to our site for the user landing page, which tells the user how to create a membership application. So that's going to be ready to go soon into production. The other one is the email templates. Ashley or Susanna, can you guys update us on that?
Yeah, so like I said, Susanna and I were just working on that a little bit ago. So we've got some wording to work with and the footer header stuff. So progress.
Oh, cool. So we got all the words we need, huh?
Many of them, yeah, enough to really get going.
We have the best words? Okay, great. Okay, so the next one is follow-up question regarding the membership payments. So the last client meeting, though, you guys talked about the membership fees or the cost, membership cost. And there's two types of fees, the so-called H branding fee, which is applicable to the company, and then each individual member has to pay a fee as well. So the notes from our prior meeting, Bella said that's a happy poodle, I guess. The H branding fee is charged to the company, and the individual member fee is charged to the individual. So, you know, we just started to think about this, and immediately we have questions on how it works, right? So, for instance, the H branding fee, which is charged to the company because it's tax deductible, is so the situation here around these questions is we have a company where we have more than one member. Let's say we have a company with 2 members. So, is the H branding fee paid only once for that company, and then each individual member pays their own individual member fee, or is the H branding fee and the individual member fee paid by both members? Did that make sense?
Yes, I guess so. I mean, the company pays once, and then you have the members paying as many as they are.
Their individual fee.
So company pays once per year?
At the same time, what do you believe, Sus? I mean, it could be different how companies used to do this. I mean, it can be that one company says we are going to pay for all our employees, and they pay for 5 persons, as it can be that everybody pays for themselves. So what is this affecting? Is it the setup for payment or?
Yes.
That's one of the reasons we're asking, obviously. Yep.
But probably the company will pay once per year the H branding fee, and then the membership fees will be paid once per year, but throughout the year, depending on when they get their things going.
When they apply, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, okay, so we'll go with that. Okay.
So, Bella, and this is something we don't need to answer now, but it would seem to me if that's the case, then if we have 2 people, let's say we have 2 people associated with the company, one of those people has to be responsible for paying the company fee as well as their own member fee.
Yes.
So, and I know you guys don't do this now, but we may have to identify one of the company's members as a representative of the owner of the company or the leader or the person responsible for that activity. So we'll work that out, but I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, and it's okay if you don't, but that'll be the next kind of thing we need to figure out.
I understand the question. I need to just figure it out a little bit more.
Right. That's kind of where we are on it too.
Yeah, our intent in some of these questions is just to get the thought out there and get the ideas rolling around, not to necessarily answer everything right now. Okay, but we do have our answer on this. This is good. That's what we thought would be the case. Company wants membership fees for each member annually. Okay, follow-up questions on membership apps, which we've talked about before, outside of just payment, for instance. You know, we do want to, I think we've confirmed that a company can have more than one member. And I know you guys don't necessarily see that, or maybe have never seen it, but it's theoretically possible. And so we want to make sure that if we go down the path of creating the software to accommodate that, that it's worth doing. If it never happens, then our life would be much simpler. But we do not want to preclude the possibility for more than one member belonging to the same company.
Wait, Patrick, so are you on? I'm not clear. So it's clear. Yes, a company can definitely have many individuals who are members of SHF. Is the question you're asking right? That a member might have
2 companies.
companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just.
Well, we definitely know that. No, it's more the first, because I think we have assumed that, and I think the first time we brought it up with Bella, she said, no, I don't think so. Susanna's been saying yes. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page that, yes, a company can have more than one member.
No, I think you're stating that backwards from how Susanna and I are thinking of it. Yeah, a company can definitely have more than one member. Can a member belong to more than one company?
Yes, that's what the question says, that it's highlighted.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Okay. Now
okay, my intent was more the question that I did not write correctly.
Okay, all right, yeah, let's back up. So a company can definitely have many employees, and each of those employees
should be members.
Right, should be members of SHF.
They're supposed to be paying members, right? If they get benefit from the organization?
Right.
Okay. Well, Bella, you on board with all of that? Everything makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Good. And then the question as written here, a single person can belong to more than one company, in effect.
Yeah.
That's okay too?
I think it's rare, but it has happened and probably will happen again.
Okay, so we need to accommodate that too. We need to be flexible, in both situations. Then. All right.
I don't know if it's like a super high priority, but I have had it happen. So they were like, "Do I have to choose?" I was like, "Yes, right now you have to choose."
Okay.
Oh, I see. That's what you do now, huh? Because you can't accommodate it. Got it. So I guess one of the key questions we have, and I don't think we can answer this now, Bella, is given we have one person who wants to belong to 2 companies, they've already paid a full membership fee for one company. Do they pay the full membership fee for the second company? Do they pay no fee, reduced fee? We don't need an answer now. But
I think my comment, I haven't done one yet in this question, is that the person pays a personal membership fee. Mm-hmm. So no fee needed for the person. If the company is already in the system, then someone else has paid the age branding fee for it. Otherwise, then the age branding fee is required for the second company.
Uh-huh. So a person only pays one membership fee a year, no matter how many companies they work for or belong to.
Or what do you say, Bella?
I agree with you. Only one membership payment.
Good.
It's not America.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's nice and clear. Good. Yeah. So that's easy.
So for all the companies in the system, there should have been an age branding fee paid by some of the members.
By someone, somehow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if the company in question is not in the system yet, then the age branding fee needs to be paid.
Right.
Okay. Good enough. Like the person's creating a second company and they're responsible for paying the fee, both fees.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, that makes it simple. We got that nailed down then. Last one here. I know I don't know if we reviewed the HIPS online payment stuff. Susanna, have you reviewed that with Bella and she's aware of how it all works? And
I think she is, but it was a long time ago now.
Yes, okay. Let's look at it.
Okay. So, Bella, we've talked to these people. They're based in Stockholm, maybe?
Halmstad.
Halmstad, okay. They're definitely in Sweden. And they seem to have a good technological capability, and they're very eager to work with us, and they look like good people to work with for this payment services that we would interface with to effect these fee payments. And there's more material here that probably you don't want us to go through, but just to note, we've spent some time with them on the phone. We've made a lot of notes about how they work. I'll come back to the cost stuff in a minute. Whether they have data security. They're PCI compliant. Bella, you probably know what that means, right?
Oh, yeah.
I figured you of all people would know that. So they're fully level 1 compliant. In fact, they're tested every 3 months. They're audited every year, probably stuff that you know. So we didn't spend a lot of time drilling down into how they manage security. We just know the PCI covers it and they're fully compliant. And to be honest, if they ever lose that compliance or they have a breach, they're out of business. So it's they're definitely motivated to maintain security. We like their support structure. They're small, but every customer, as they said, since they're small and they have few customers, every customer is extremely important. So they will work their tail off for support. And we feel comfortable with that. There are various ways that we can talk to their system, so-called integration of our system with theirs, which we have scoped out at a high level, and they all look good and doable for us. And they'll also help us to develop the interface between us and them. And so we like pretty much everything about them. We just want to make sure that you're comfortable with the fees, because what you do now, obviously, Bella, is there's no fee incurred by SHF on membership payment as it works now, which is bank to bank, if that's the correct way to state that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happens now is that there's no recurring fees, there's only transaction fees. So there's no monthly fee, there's no startup fee. So that's good, 0 kroner, which we like. Credit card, if somebody wants to pay by credit card or debit card here is both, they pay 1.8% of the transaction amount. If your membership fee is 100 krona, let's say, I'm just making that up, then 1.8 krona would go to the 1.8%. And also there's a 1.8 krona per transaction. So 1.8% of the transaction and then 1.8 krona per transaction. So that's the structure for card fees. They also have this invoice thing where somebody can say, I want to pay by invoice. And what happens there is you don't invoice them. Bella, you're going to like this. You don't invoice them. HIPS invoices them. And HIPS gets paid by them. In the meantime, HIPS actually pays us. I think so they're actually acting as a little bit of a bank, if you will. They're taking a bit of a risk here. But the invoice goes to the customer or to the member from HIPS, and the member pays HIPS. And you don't need to send out invoices. Part payment, if people want to pay in parts or in installments, they call that a part payment, then it's still the same fee structure, 1.8% plus 1.8 per installment. I don't think you'd ever face that situation. People are not going to pay the membership fee in 4 quarterly payments.
Never know.
No, you never know. I guess if the membership fee gets really expensive, they might do that.
Yeah, or what if they pay the membership fee, but they don't pay the company fee, H-band fee, because maybe they need to check with somebody first.
Yeah, so that would be 2 transactions, and so yeah, that would occur then. If something gets messed up and you have to return money to the member or whatever, there's no charge by the HIPS people to make that return payment happen, to undo it in effect in their system. And then we have these other online platforms that they can interface with. One is this PayPal. You know what that is, of course. And the charge for HIPS to manage that is 1.8 krona per transaction. Now, PayPal itself has its own fees on top of that, which, we'd have to look at. I think it's, well, I don't know what it is in Sweden. I know it is in the US. So 1.8 is the cut given to HIPS for effecting the interface between us and PayPal. And then PayPal, of course, has their own cost structure dependent upon your account with them. There's another very popular online payment system called Swish. Actually, they might be Swish. They actually might be based in Sweden. I think they might.
That's what we hear.
Yeah. So these guys are really good. They're kind of one of the top dogs in online payment. So they are really. People like it. So anyway, then fee structure 1.8 goes to HIPS, and then Swish has their own payment or cost structure as well.
Swish is actually a collaboration between Swedish banks. All the nerds of Swedish banks got together and like, how can we make payments between people easier?
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then it turned out very, very quickly it grew from between people to also between companies and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm surprised by that because they're huge. They operate in the U.S. now. They're pretty much global. Yeah, I looked on their website.
yeah, the growth rate is amazing and
Yeah, they're taking the world by storm.
good.
So, Bella, that's the cost structure here. Now, first of all, are you okay with this cost structure here?
I'm fine with the cost. I wonder, can we remove the partly payment and, for example, PayPal if we want to?
Yes, for PayPal is removed. That's just there.
Yeah.
It's not. We haven't
works,
chosen to use that.
Right. The way this works, we'd set up an account and we would explicitly enable each of these options. And if we don't enable it, it's not present for the user to use. So we would do what you tell us. Credit card, debit card, and invoice. If that's all you want, that's all we would set up.
And Swish.
In Swish, yep. I guess you have to do that because they're so prevalent. Okay.
Yes, I would guess we can remove everything else except Swish.
Well, no, they want their invoices.
Yes. But
some want their invoices.
Yeah, of course. I was just kidding. But if we start with this collaboration, how long is the
programming
agreement?
time?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. If we sign a deal with them and we then decide,
it's open.
In half a year that
we can have 1 month or 1 week or 3 years.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, because even if they signed it up for a year, there's no monthly fee. So if you stop using them, you don't get charged anything. But yeah, Susanna's right. We just cancel, and that's it.
They're nice guys.
They're not into locking people in. Again, this is not the U.S., right?
Really good.
So the other question is, do you want to retain your current, I assume, yes, your current payment mechanism as an option to the member as well?
Well, that is basically invoice.
That's
but
an
only
invoice
we send the email as an invoice. Yeah.
And you send an invoice?
Everything should go through this.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. That's clear. That's probably a smart thing.
But there should probably be a way to set it as paid manually as well, in case someone does use the old way. Like has it set automatically or something?
Mails you. Okay.
All right. So that's a good point. If they do pay manually, let's say somebody shows up in the office and gives Bella a lot of cash. So Bella, I think HIPS has a dashboard where you can go and see transactions, and you can do the return through that. You can run reports. We're going to have to check with them to see if you can go in and record the fact that somebody manually paid outside of the system paid you. So you can have one place to go to for your payment records, which is a nice thing. The dashboard looks pretty good.
But no manual payments. Sorry, nope.
You don't want to do that anymore if we get this, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
no. I mean, nobody has cash these days. Everybody do it with Swish.
Yes, he means the old way. What if somebody puts it in our account?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
In Sweden, nobody has cash, Patrick. Nobody comes up with money to anybody.
Yeah, I read an article about that, and the numbers are amazing. It is really. And then I guess some businesses actually have a sign outside.
Cash allowed.
No cash. We don't. Yeah, we don't take cash.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's clear, though. I'm glad you're definitive on that. So we'll once we get this going, you're going to shut off the current payment mechanism.
But I think some people have it on automatic, so that's why we need a button too.
So maybe for a year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
There could even be someone who's not alive anymore that was still getting money for who knows.
Not that. Yeah. Well, anyway. There's a number of places I could go with that comment, but I'll stay away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much all the questions we had queued up. So was there anything else out of that email that I sent you that we haven't talked about yet? I think we covered all the questions that were in that.
I'm not quite following you. Did you send me email?
Oh boy, everybody has the same remark when I say, "Did you see the email?" Yeah, I sent you an
I
email.
found
think
it though.
Tuesday of last week with all the questions that we just talked about. You remember when you said it'd be nice to get those questions a few days before the meeting?
Yes.
And I tried to do that, but maybe it went into your spam folder or something. I sent it to, who did I send it to? I'm gonna
So I got it,
send
Susanna. I think everybody who's here got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She sent it to Pia. He sent it to Pia.
Ah, okay. My
No?
daughter has it.
Oh,
No?
I thought that you had, no, Susanna, I sent it to
Bella.
your Bella Bull Terrier 2 at gmail.com.
Oh, that's a Yahoo. No, that's a Facebook. I don't use.
Oh, you
You
told me at
need
one
to
point
send it to
that I should.
that above, Susanna Lundgren, not
Mm.
Bella.
So send it to the Yahoo account?
You see it. You have the arrow on it.
Yes, send it to this Yahoo account.
Yes, that's
instead
the
of
correct
this.
one.
Did I forget this address then? Don't use it at all?
Yes, definitely.
All right, we'll do. Okay, I'm glad we
Or
did.
maybe you need it for Hangout, but not for emails.
Yeah, well, either one works with Hangouts. I know I've sent you Hangout invites for against the Yahoo account too. Doesn't have to be a Gmail account. All right, good. So I think we covered everything. Does any Susanna or Ashley, anything else we should talk about with Bella?
No, just trying to take notes and the payment stuff is nice and clear.
Yeah, that's really good. Thanks for being so definitive on that, Bella. It helps. I guess the only other thing to do then is to, oh yeah, I did want to mention one more thing. So even though we don't have anything visible that we're going to deliver to you from the prior sprint, anything that we did develop in sprint 24, we're going to be moving that to production this Thursday, which is our next team meeting. So just so you know, we typically move things into production in our next team meeting immediately after a client meeting.
I have something to show actually.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to share your screen?
We added the text for, we added some text for when you are a user but not yet sent in your membership application. So we wrote, to send in your application, click on the link below and fill in all the required information. Don't forget to choose categories to apply for membership in. And then there's a link. And then that link is visible even when the links above aren't visible, to make it super clear.
Just to be clear, Susanna, this is not in production yet, right? Not till Thursday?
No.
Correct.
Okay. So that'll go in on Thursday. That's a good,
It will
yeah,
go
we
in
should,
whenever we do the magic.
that's a good demo. That is something visible to the user, so it's good that you thought of that.
Good.
Yep. Thursday we'll put it in there and be available. It's be clear to people. What do they do? All right, so Bella, in terms of the next meeting time, so 2 weeks from now is October 3rd. Does that work for you? Same time?
Just one moment.
Certainly.
By the way, I can Mondays nowadays if you like to go back to that.
Let's see. Well, let's take a poll here. What do you guys think? Ashley, Susanna?
Yeah, I can do either. Maybe there's math.
Yeah, doesn't matter for me either.
Good. So Bella, I think it will be your call.
Yeah. So, right.
Both works for me too.
What's that? What works better for you, Monday or Tuesday?
Or which do you
No,
like?
it's equal.
Equal?
Well, I vote for Tuesday, but
I like Tuesday too because we actually have a team meeting on Monday, and it would be too many meetings on Monday. but we would do it if we had to.
Yeah.
No, then we go
Yeah,
with
so why don't we
Tuesday.
stick with Tuesday? Okay. So October 3rd, that's good?
That's good.
At the same time. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, good, great, that works. Okay, anything else, Bella, that we should talk about that has occurred to you since we last talked?
No, everything is fine.
Good.
Okay, good. Anything we should know in terms of timing for, I know online payment is probably as soon as possible for you, right? But anything we should know about in terms of timing or?
Well, Susanna, you said something, I remember the other day about the annual meeting and kind of renewal times are coming up, October, November.
Yes, they are.
So tell us.
Well, I said that people who pay in October of this year also get their membership for next year paid included. Unless we change that, I don't remember.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it looks like a special deal you're running.
By 12 months, get 1 month free. Yeah. Okay, well, when we're ready to start talking about implementation, we're a long ways away from that, and clearly we need to test the heck out of this. But all right, Bill, I guess that's it then. We should let you go back and relax.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you for this meeting.
Great. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
Bye.
Right.
Bye
Bye.
now. Take care.
Okay, so yeah, Matthew, that happened to be a really short meeting. So usually we go
Slack
long.
saves a half hour from now, or on the half hour?
I don't know what happened, but Slack said says 3 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. That's my time zone.
It says 2 p.m. EDT.
Yes, it
I think-
does. The comma
I think you're
is
looking at the comment.
Yeah, comma.
It's a really bad display. It runs everything together, and it's hard to see.
Yeah, we have so many time zones. It's noisy. So
Yeah, I saw EDT and I just kept reading forward.
yep,
So going
it's
back.
bad UI.
Yeah, it is not a great UI.
My bad.
That's right.
That's
So,
okay. Ashley took great notes as usual, I'm sure, and so we captured everything. It was a short
Yeah.
meeting,
yeah, super short,
yeah, it
but
was,
good.
short and sweet.
yeah, we got questions answered, and the answers are clear. So that was good.
And we have words, so we can move forward with mailing.
Yeah.
I'm presenting to everyone.
Still.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll stop you from that.
So it just briefly, since a lot of us are here, the build was failing, and it looked, but now it's, I know now that might pass. So I wonder if there was just some glitch with semaphore or something building.
Yours failed.
Yeah, but now it shows as passing.
Okay.
So
I rebuilt it before and it failed.
yeah, I had seen that.
Do we know what it was failing on?
Yeah, mine was a Google Maps API thing.
Timeout or okay?
So yeah,
Weird.
yep. But it's working. So
Okay,
Matthew,
good.
did you have something?
Yeah, might be a testing problem having external services required in the build loop for testing.
Yeah, I mean, we do, and that's part of what we have to test for some things. And so I just think that, yeah, there was some problem with semaphore because it's passing now. And Suzanne, I didn't even see what was causing your fail. So
It was just a regular step.
yeah, I wonder if semaphore was in the middle of something. That happens every once in a while.
Yeah, generally it's been pretty stable.
Yeah.
On other projects, I've seen much flakier test results that just drive you nuts.
Yeah, yeah. So good. Okay. So
Good. Well, that's great.
Patrick, do you want to just, you and I stay on this call, and whoever else, we talk about addresses real quick?
Could you just give me a quick summary of what happened? Or...
Sure. Patrick, do you want to do it, or I can't either one, or Susanna?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to?
Okay, so I'll just read through, let's see, look through my notes. Patrick, maybe you want to share your screen. You can bring up the client agenda.
Okay.
Matthew can see it, or Matthew, you can bring it up in your own computer. That's what we worked down through.
The wiki.
Yeah, if you go to the
I'll
wiki.
share my screen.
Client review meeting.
Quicker to do that.
We looked at that. So Susanna and I, mostly Susanna, worked on email templates this morning. So just as an update. So that's.
Did you save your notes? Or are they after the agenda?
They're written in pen in my notebook. Really old stuff.
Okay, that explains why I don't see them here.
That's right. Hold on. No, I can't update to Slack and take a picture. I'm not that good. So, and Susanna showed the text that now will display her latest PR. That was merged to development, so that will be ready to deploy. So then we mostly talked about the payment processing questions. And so we wanted to understand concept that's new, the H branding fee that is only charged to a company. So, for example, if a company has 2 members, the branding fee, the H branding fee, is just charged once to a company per year. So no matter how many SHF members work for that company and join, that a company just gets charged that once per year. You may have to delegate one member as kind of the company point person or representative. The next question was, can a member belong to more than one company? And the answer is yes. It's rare, but it has actually happened. So we need to be able to support that. And so if a member does belong to more than one company, say they work for company A and apply as a member with company A in June. And then they also start working for company B and apply for membership so that they're connected to company B. Are they charged a membership fee twice? And the answer is no. A member is only charged a membership fee once per year, no matter how many companies they're associated with. So that was nice and clear.
Yeah, and when you think about it, a member is a member of SHF, not a company. Right? So.
And then we talked about the HIPS payment processor. How long is the agreement with HIPS? Bella asked, and the answer is they don't have a monthly or yearly fee. They just charge per transaction, which is this schedule that Patrick's showing. So that if you don't want to keep using them, you just stop using them. You're not in any contractual term. And then we talked about different payment ways we'll support. So whichever methods we choose to enable, that's what we'll use. So probably we will not do PayPal, and probably we will not support partial payments. PayPal isn't used much in Sweden. Swish is used all over the place, unbelievable. And partial payments People should have it together, and that is an extra charge for SHF. Go ahead.
I was going to say, actually, you probably captured this, but could you make sure to note that Bella says that when we implement online payment, she's going to stop using the current payment mechanism, which is bank account to bank account. She's quite definitive on that. Everybody goes through online.
So
clear.
What I wrote was, we must be able to accept the old current way. For example, somebody might have payments set up automatically, at least for some period of time.
Yeah.
So is that correct?
Yeah, some transition time.
Susanna, is that?
Yes.
Okay. And so, Patrick, is that what you meant?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, good. And then Susanna's running a special. People who pay in October of this year also get all of next year. So buy now, 3 months free.
Yes.
So that was it. Do you have any questions, Matthew? Or
I was just trying to follow what's going on.
yeah, yeah, me too.
While we're here, Susanna, did so do our notes? May not have it in our notes. You remember Martin said he was going to set up a Slack channel for us?
John said that.
Follow up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got an invite.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's dropped.
Would you nudge him a little bit on that? Because
Okay.
I'm already starting to think about things I may want to start querying and those guys.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I said John will create. Anyway, I thought it was Martin who promised to create that.
Well,
I think I got it.
I think it was John.
Anyway,
those hips
one of
guys.
those guys.
The hippie
He's
guy.
a development manager, for God's sake. He should be responsible. So.
I can't do it now because my computer is too slow with Hangout going on.
Yeah. No. Just something to think about tomorrow, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. So, shall we switch to the other thing?
RDBs. Sorry. I like Talk Like a Pirate Day. It always cracks me up. So.
Is it Talk Like a Pirate Day?
Nobody
told me that.
Pirate Day.
It is?
Nobody told me that.
Oh my God. I bought a Amazon Echo Dot.
Yeah.
Which is totally... Anyway, I don't make purchases like that often, but I did. And so every morning I say, "Good morning, Alexa," and she'll read off some things. So today it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Actually, I have a reminder come up on my computer too.
Oh, was that explain your Slack message earlier?
Yes.
ARG? And I didn't get it. Now I know.
Well, you're not.
You're not plugged into Pirate Day, evidently, huh? Anyway.
That's right. So, okay. Yeah,
So actually,
talk about the addresses.
Yep. So I won't read this to you. You've read this, so you get it all, right? So you said you had some questions?
Yes. So, you're going to head out, Susanna? Or, I mean, you can stay, but I'm just... Okay, so... The thing... Okay, so here's how this hit me. But in thinking through it more, like I said, I think we're pretty much on the same page, but maybe with a few little things. So I don't like the idea conceptually of an address having to model whether or not it's a billing or mailing address. To me, that's not the appropriate responsibility for an address. That's the responsibility of somebody who owns or uses an address. However, I could go with this for now, but that just hurt my modeling brain. And then let me bring it up on my system. It's too small. So what do you think about that?
No, I understand your misgivings about that, and I struggle with that too. And I even thought about subclassing from address to mailing address. And
or not subclassing, it's a component relationship.
no, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
or putting the field in the company
Right.
mailing address, which has a link to a address associated with the company, etc.
Yeah.
But the implementation of that is a little bit messier than this is. Messier from a conceptual point of view, I agree.
Right.
From an implementation point of view, I think it'd be easier. So that's why I went with that.
Another idea. You can shoot it down if you like, but you just leave the address as it is, and then have a new table, a new model, call it like tags or something like that, and just then you can just tag addresses to label them however you want, and that'd be so the address would have nothing added to it. You just have a new table, tags, and you just have the address ID and then a tag for whatever you would want.
That's, yeah, so that, right, that's keeping the address conceptually simple. So something else,
Then you don't have subclasses, and instead you're using composition instead of subclassing.
right. So another way to think, the other thing is, what problems are we trying to solve here? And that is, we want to know, for a company, what's the mailing address, what's the billing address, what are the locations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So a company would have to query all its addresses with your implementation, Patrick? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. So, in fact, I've already started on this, and I think I'll do a minimal PR that just reflects the restructuring.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually create a little mini epic with the first PR of what I just said.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And then
so
we can all look at that and
kind of exactly how it would have to work, right?
Yeah.
You're exactly right. So
exactly.
And since I think in your company model you have something about give me all the companies with addresses, if I can remember that correctly. Where did I put that?
I don't know.
Here it is. No, it's not that. Oh, I'm not in the right feature branch. I switched to development in case I had to show something to build on my local machine. Anyway, so I've already made those changes at the model level.
Yeah, just do it.
And there's other things above the model level that I think will be impacted, which I've not yet discovered. I just started on this.
Right. Right. Yeah, so just do that, Spike, and that'll be great. I think that will give us all tangible things and yeah, to look at.
Yep. Yep.
Okay then.
Okay. Good enough.
So I'll write these notes up. Today, and yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right then. We will talk to you all. Oh, there were some messages. Oh, right, yeah. Thursday. Mateys. Arr.
Sign off.
All right. Bye.
Ahoy, matey. Yep. Bye now.